Hey, how's it going? And I'm doing this video today because I was really going crazy trying to figure out how to customize UI using things like shadow offset and things like that. And so I just thought I'd share with you how I finally got it figured out. So this is what this looks like. You come into the game and you go start game, and there's my text up there. So you see that it's red colored and it has some shadow offset there. And then I have a trigger device that just turns it off and on like that. So I've done tutorials like this in the past, but it took me forever to figure out the shadow offset though. But I think it makes a difference in how the text appears, because it just makes it pop a little bit more from the screen. It looks a lot better. So let me show you what that looks like in the code. Here, this is all in the code. I just have a verse device and a trigger. Oh, and there's one other thing I have on here. As you notice, I have it set up that where I can input the text here on the verse device. I don't need to put it inside of the code. It says at editable here. So I'll show you here. Let's jump in the code. It's just called Hello World device. Got a trigger device, spawner, and I go at editable for my text and I make it an empty string. And then we just set up our string interpolation like we normally do with the text as a string. And then here I instantiate the text block. What I want to show you here is if I hit Control and go on the text block, where you see where it says default here, all these default settings, if you want to set the settings up here, you could put them inside these curly braces and use the default, but I'm not setting them there. But that's when it says default, that's where you'd put them up here in those curly braces. I create a overlay here and a logic variable, and then I just subscribe and all this. And this is all pretty standard, initialize the UI and all that stuff. But here's where I was really, really struggling. So on the text block, what I found out is that I guess by default the opacity is 0, so you need to set the shadow opacity to 1 if you want to see the shadows. And then here you go set shadow offset, and it's an option. I thought it was a named argument and it was driving me crazy. So that's how you have to set it up, like this, with option curly braces vector 2, and then however much you want the offset. And then this one too was a little bit of a challenge here on this set text color. You have to have the colors module added, and then you just do the colon equals make colors from sRG values, and these can just be integers and they don't have to be floats. So that's how I made the colors. And then there's a whole bunch of settings in here if you come in here. But once you get a few of them figured out, then you can figure out how to do the rest of them. But getting this figured out initially, man, that was a pain. That was a total pain. And I couldn't find anywhere online that really explained how to set it up. So that's why I wanted to do this tutorial. And then I've just done tutorials on this other stuff. So I use the overlay because it's easier to set up than the canvas panel. And I mentioned this before. You just got to do horizontal and vertical alignment. And then you can do padding on any side that you want. So I think the overlays are really the best way to go. And here we just toggle the visibility off and on. And that's all I had. So this is the main thing. So you might want to take a screenshot of this for future reference. Anyway, that's all I had. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.